Need this one. Or back. Whoops. I'm supposed to hear that. What time is it? 4? Could do about 2, maybe 3 hours stream. Done, and I can finish listening to this.
Hey producers, if you want the best...
Apart from fucking YouTube ads. Go away.
So widely yesterday by all the newspapers, by all the television networks, and of course, and this morning, still headline news. Farewell, Sir Bobby. This on the back of the Times. And Henry Winter, chief football writer of the Times, who's at Manchester Cathedral, said right to the very end, Sir Bobby Charlton drew a huge crowd. On the streets of Manchester, people stopped and applauded and mourned as his cortege passed. In the cathedral, a packed congregation gathered to pay their respects to Charlton, a world champion, a European champion, and a champion of countless good causes and values. But absent from that huge group of people yesterday in the Northwest, Simon, were members of the Glazer family.
Yeah.
The Glazers, the club owners, of course, still. The Glazers chose not to be represented at the funeral yesterday as a family. Simon, I put it to you this morning, was it a poor look for none of the Glazer family to be at Sir Bobby's funeral? A statement from the protest group of 1958 read, "It comes as no real surprise that no one from the Glazer family appears to have bothered paying their respects at the funeral of arguably our greatest ever player. Honour, integrity, dignity. However, it's disappointing there has been no public statement from them today or about the sad passing of Lady Cathy. Of course, Sir Alex's wife, Lady Cathy. So, what does it look like from your point of view, Simon, when you take a step back and you look at that? And I said in the introduction this morning, the Glazers not being there yesterday, were they damned if they were there? Were they damned if they weren't?
It depends whose eyes you're looking through. I mean, context is everything. First of all, were they invited? Second of all, did they consider in the rounds with the family any conversations about the side show that might come by the Glazers being there? Because this was about Bobby Charlton, and you can bet your bottom dollar that if the Glazers had been there, there would have been an alternative discussion going on, whether it were media wanting to grab a word with the Glazers or protest groups saying, how dare you have the audacity to rock up and take the benefit of association. So I do think they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. These are a group of people. I'm not a Glazers apologist, and I'm not really interested on the views of a protest group that whatever the Glazers do, whatever they did in this circumstance, this protest group would have something derogatory to say about it. If public observations, if indeed the Glazers, and who knows what they may or may not have done. And again, I'm not a Glazers apologist. I don't think they're the most admirable of people. I think they've done a remarkable deal for the Glazers in the way that they bought Man United. And people like Martin Edwards and JP and whoever else had shares might want to look at the reasons why they allowed these people to buy their shares from them. But if they've done private conversations with Bobby Charlton's family and with Sir Alex Ferguson, why is there a necessity for the Glazers to make a public statement about private matters? So I fall in between two stools. Yeah, I understand, and I'm the first one to make the comparison about how big a club Man United are and everything they do in the public domain. So I know that the rules of engagement are different, but I do feel that there is a damned if you do, damned if you don't. If I were in that situation, what would I do? It's difficult to imagine yourself in that situation. Because it's difficult to imagine yourself in a situation where within days of being a major shareholder of Manchester United, you have to be smuggled out of a shareholder meeting in the back of a police car, because that's the level of intensity that the Glazers invoked in their reaction from Man United fans. It would be difficult for me to imagine not ever going to the games of the football club that I owned. It'd be difficult for me to imagine that the only words that my father would say, the architect of the deal, was Man United is a great football club. 18 words are the words that he's ever been attributed to his involvement in Man United. All of those are difficult things to price in. And the vitriol and disdain and contempt that the United fans or significant swathes have with the Glazers is a difficult animal and a difficult thought process. So you put that into a public display of emotion about the passing of a legend, and you think to yourself, well, given all of that, maybe it is better that I pay my respects in private, and one would assume that they would have done this, rather than pay them in public.
I see where you're going with it. I mean, the club's owners themselves are said to have stayed away as they didn't want to cause a distraction, which you've touched upon, Simon. But does it not epitomise the disconnect that can happen between those at the very top and the groundswell of support?
They would never have bridged that gap. Would you? Is there an anticipation, but them going that somehow would bridge the gap between those that detest the Glazers and those that are moderately ambivalent? You're getting a statement from an activist group, the 1958 group, that are very vociferous, very robust in their views, and it doesn't matter what the Glazers did. Besides, if the Glazers gave back Man United to the fans for free and then repaid the fans all the interest and dividends that they took, they would still vilify them. So there's no point trying to bridge this gap. That gap is unbridgeable. That gap is unresolvable.
So it didn't make any difference whatsoever. Or they weren't there yesterday.
Well, look, I don't think so. The only way it makes a difference is it gives people an opportunity to say something different. The only difference that we would have seen, and they'll deny it because it can't ever be proved, that if they'd have gone there, there'd have been a statement from something like this group saying, how dare the Glazers rock up in the spotlight of great emotion for somebody that represented all the best values in this football club, and they represent all the worst.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't. Now, it's interesting because it is well documented that Bobby Charlton had a decent relationship with the Glazers, that one of the first port of calls that the Glazers had was to bring him into the fold and to make him even more of an ambassadorial role than he would have had before. Now people will say that's cynical and people will say that's lip service. And again, I'm not going to be an apologist for the Glazers, and I don't feel the necessity to have to, but the moment you don't vilify everything that they do or say, you will have the usual suspects from Manchester United fan base saying you're a Glazers apologist.
Do you agree with what Andy in Manchester has just messaged me just seconds ago? I agree that if the Glazers had turned up, they would have taken away the focus on Sir Bobby, but they have not uttered one word publicly regarding the club's greatest player. Surely that's despicable.
Well, I think that is a PR faux pas. I do think that's a disconnect, and I do think they should perhaps look at themselves. Again, it would not be greeted with any great open arms, would it? It wouldn't be greeted by anybody that particularly... There's not an audience out there that's waiting for the Glazers to speak about Bobby Charlton. There's an audience out there waiting to detract for whatever they've done. So the average person in the streets, the average Manchester United fan, not the ones that are engaged and have a very strong view about what Newton Heath became and how valuable it is to them, right? But the average Manchester United fan or the average sports fan isn't sitting there saying, oh, I wonder what the Glazers said about Bobby Charlton, because they'll be formulating their own views and there'll be plenty of other tributes. But the ones that aren't wanting to come from a spirit of engaged interest, but all they want is engaged criticism, are going to say whatever they said. But I do think it would have hurt nobody anything, whether it came from Richard Arnold. I'm assuming there must have been something from Manchester United.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
yeah,
so,
sure.
But Manchester United is owned by the Glazers.
Yes.
So by Manchester United making a statement, then it is in fact the Glazers. And if the Glazers had the audacity, I can just imagine, if the Glazers had the audacity to put their name to a tribute to Bobby Charlton, their response would be, how dare you index yourself to the greatest servant of his...
Do you think?
With this group? Yes, I do. I can understand
paying the respects. They would get vilified for that.
I believe so. Yeah, I believe that they would. Now, there will be the people that are listening to this that are from that particular persuasion would say, "How dare you, you pig ignorant sod! You don't know what you're talking about. We're Man United fans, and we'd have far more decorum than that." I don't believe you would. I believe that you would, in the same way you weaponise everything, you would weaponise this.
We'll put it out there. Are the United fans listening this morning who would have felt insulted that the Glazers may have paid respect had they chosen certain words and paid the respect to the passing of Sir Bobby Charlton? Would you have been disgusted by the very fact they've done that?
If they'd have turned up, if the Glazers had turned up, they would be the story.
Yeah,
the story would be the Glazers were there, and there would be attempts from media to do their job, which is to get access to the Glazers, and it would have been a complete diminishing of the focal point, which would have been Bobby Charlton. And people will say, no, we wouldn't. We'd have given him no time whatsoever. That's not how the media works. If you've got a Glazer in your site and scarcity is something that you've got, which is no interviews on record, any journalist worth his salt,
I agree with you,
is going to go for it.
I agree with you on that. So having heard from Simon on that, where do you stand on the fact that the Glazers were unrepresented yesterday? The family did not attend the funeral of Sir Bobby Charlton. Was it a poor look for none of the Glazer family to be represented at the funeral? Were they damned if they do and damned if they don't? You can give us a call on that. Send us a message if you prefer. 03717 223344 81089. Pat is a big Manchester United fan. Pat, good morning. What was your take on this?
Good morning, gentlemen. Yeah, to be fair, I mean, I'm not a fan of the Glazers, but I think they've done the right thing. Just for the simple reason, it would have been a circus media. Somebody would have had a go at them without a shadow of a doubt. Because, I mean, Sir Bobby is the DNA of Manchester United. The last thing they need on a day like that is something like that happening. And who knows, they probably might have messaged Bobby's wife and family to give their condolences. But I think it was the right thing for them not to turn up.
I see, Pat. I mean, we do know the club owners are said to have stayed away as they didn't want to cause a distraction. And that's where you're going with your call, I think, Pat.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it would have been a media circus. And you can guarantee, like I said, somebody would have had a go at them.
Yeah.
So, it takes away from, what a true sportsman this bloke was. And, that's the last thing you need at that sort of occasion.
Pat, thank you for your call. I think at the end of the day, Simon, it's gone through my mind that the upshot was it was probably the right decision.
Well, look, I mean, in the eyes of whoever wants to look at it, they'll make their own view up. Right? If indeed, which none of us know, the Glazers contacted the Charlton family and said, what do you think? And the Charlton family said, look, in the interests of the nature of the relationship that you have with the football club, its supporters, and the perception of you, it might be better if you stay away. That would shut everybody up, because the problem is you've got people on here suggesting that they're enraged. I'm reading one guy from David from Marlborough talking about my uneducated opinion, suggesting that he's enraged they didn't turn up. But no one has any background, because there is a distinct possibility, given the feeling towards the Glazers, that a private conversation may well have happened, and it was advised that they didn't turn up. They don't turn up to games. It's not appropriate, possibly, given the nature of the dynamic. And then all of a sudden, what do people then say? Because whilst, the problem for the Glazers is their track record is very poor in a number of fronts. And their communication methodologies over the years, you've got one interview on Man United TV with Joel Glazer, you've got one thing from Malcolm Glazer, and other than that, you've got complete and utter radio silence, and a few potential broken promises in the minds of the Man United Supporters Trust, where there was a potential fans offering post the European Super League. Yeah, I genuinely believe that their relationship with Bobby Charlton, from what I understand, was a decent relationship. And despite the fact that they probably don't have the best interest in Man United in heart, albeit the best interest in Man United actually served them well, because a successful Man United is a successful Glazer ownership. Sure. They probably took a decision based upon what was the best outcome for the actual event, which was the celebration of someone's life and the reflection and respect of someone's passing. Yeah.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10. Once a day.
Piss off for your cheap adverts, YouTube. Actually, I'm going to take this one. Just waiting for this fucking advert to bugger off.
Almost 7 years to the day, in this international break, would you believe it, that Gareth Southgate took over as England manager. So one asks, what should go down as his biggest achievement in that time? many people have their own views on Gareth. I know you do, Simon. I know I do. I really, really like Gareth Southgate. But hey, how irrelevant is a comment like that? But I mean it, because when he came in several months ago, I think it was back in August, he sat here and did an hour in the studio with me. And I must admit, it didn't make it easy for him, to be fair. And Gareth came through it and dealt with everything that was thrown at him. So basically, where are we at? After 7 years with Gareth, I put it to Gareth when he was in here. All right, you went close in Russia, but you went out to the Serbs, if I remember rightly. Croatia, if I remember rightly. You went close at Wembley, but you lost to Italy in the Euros. And then it was a quarter-finals exit in Qatar. So the upshot of all that is there a danger you might be remembered as a glorious failure?
I think that depends on how you define success, because where the team were in 2016 and the sort of team that we went with in 2018, and to get as far as we did in 2018, and people will talk about the opposition, and we didn't beat Belgium, but when we played Belgium we'd already qualified, and when we played them again it was a third, fourth playoff where we'd played only 2 days before. So
yeah.
So you'll always be judged as an England manager on the how you go on in tournaments, and the games where you go out, there'll be an analysis at a level that's beyond anything that any club is going to have. We've of course analysed all of that, and we've improved as we've gone on. You know, we improved from that World Cup in Russia to the Euros. I think we were able to change and be more on the front foot in this World Cup. The profile of the team is changing and evolving. The team is still improving. That's all we can aim to do. We've got to keep aiming to get better. And if you're in those latter stages, in the end, England will win a tournament.
So that was Gareth, and he fronted it up, and he's right. You know, you face analysis at an enormous,
politician's answer though,
unprecedented level.
Depends how you look at it. I look at it through the prism of bleeding winning. That's the prism I look through. So I think Gareth Southgate gets judged by the opportunity to have been in a box seat, to have won tournaments, to have overcome games, to have been in semi-finals. And our survey says... So with that in mind, the 7-year itch potentially needs to be scratched in terms of he's been here for 7 years. He gets one more shot at it. And if he doesn't win the European Championship, thank you very much. You brought a nice group of relationships with the media. You've managed to harmonise the England camp so we don't have to listen to any ridiculous infighting that went on before about which clubs would sit with one another.
Yeah, but but to be fair, he's done more than that.
What's he done then?
Well, I'll put it up. There's been progression of that, there is no doubt.
Well, it was difficult.
I mean,
it would have been a masterstroke to have gone backwards. I mean, you couldn't go backwards from Iceland, could you?
Here's Gareth.
We're going to get beat by the Welsh.
This is the most recent thing that Gareth has said in this. He says... we've achieved that changing perception throughout the rest of Europe. We haven't achieved that so much with our own public at times, but it's interesting how we are viewed elsewhere. We want fans to come to Wembley to see goals and exciting performances, and we've had some good nights.
Indeed.
We're going to keep on trying to do that.
Fantastic.
So
win.
He's changed perception. That to me suggests progression. Of that, there's no doubt.
Well, okay.
They've knocked on the door, Simon. They have.
Okay, so I don't know what the perception of us was in Europe. I don't know what the perception of it was, and he seems to be very well plugged into that. But he's suggesting that our own fans are the outliers, that we are a nation that ultimately looks at things through a half-empty glass prism. That's wonderful if you want to patronise mediocrity. If you want a politician as your football manager, which is what the answer was, depends how you look at it, what eyes you look at it through. Now, we don't want to be crap, right? So if you've gone past the crap phase, which is what we were against Iceland,
but they haven't been
well
crap.
done. No, they haven't. So that was
under Gareth.
But that was a false equivalency, because that was a poor tournament, and he gets to pick up the reins of it after Sam Allardyce fell on his own sword, right? So you've got Gareth Southgate with an opportunity, not based upon management credentials, based upon the fact he was inside the building with the FA and unlikely to cause them any problems. I would suggest this embarrassment of riches that we've got as footballers, that are there amongst the best centre forwards in the world, arguably the best centre forward in the world alongside Erling Haaland in terms of Harry Kane. You've got a midfielder in Jude Bellingham. You've got a right back in Kyle Walker. You've got players in that in that team that would be fitting in any team around the world. And very rarely have we been able to say that about an England team, besides the the many myths that were put around the golden generation that Sven-Göran Eriksson had.
But he's made them more exciting to watch, hasn't he?
I think he's had the talent to be able to. Well, the argument would be, here's the alternate argument to Southgate. When you've had an opportunity to go for it with this wonderful group of players, was it exciting when we played the USA? Because I didn't think that was particularly exciting.
No.
It was dreadful. But people will criticise him for saying, when we had the opportunity to go for sides, when we had an opportunity to go for the French, we had them in our sights. And okay, a penalty from Harry Kane misses.
Yeah.
That knocks us out because we don't get an
Small
equaliser.
margin.
But that margin is about the winning opportunity. And when you've got that resource on the pitch, why wouldn't you utilise it?
Yeah, but Simon, to be fair, they go for it under Gareth. He says, we were top scorers per game at the World Cup, and we've been top scorers in qualifying for the 2 previous tournaments. We want fans to come to Wembley to see goals. You cannot say fairer than that.
Yes,
goals, hopefully, from Gareth's point of view, that end up winning England games.
It's fabulously impressive that you can beat Iran, right, on the world scale of football teams with 5 goals. That probably means that you've got a higher average. Of course, the argument would be the Argentinians got beat by the Saudis, but they went on and won the World Cup, didn't they? We can whet these wonderful little records, but at the end of it, out we go. Now, do I think he's done lots of good? Yes, of course I do. I think it's not fair to be just one-dimensional and suggest that mediocrity got him an opportunity. Mediocrity at times has kept him away from winning the moment when you had this opportunity against the Italians. And you say it went down to a penalty shootout. It didn't need to go down to a penalty shootout. We should have been able to change to avert the opportunity for the Italians to equalise, to get back into the game that made we had us have a penalty shootout. We shouldn't have picked Bukayo Saka to take a penalty when he's never taken one in his professional career. We should have changed against the Croatians in the World Cup semi-final. But we'll give him that one because it was a learning curve, and we'll give it again in the European Championships. And then we play the French in a game where we've got ourselves. We start like we normally do as England, looking at the opposition wide about what they're going to do, then realise that actually they're not that great, and then lay it upon them, get in the game, get an ascendancy, and let the French back in. And why is that? Because that's the psyche that the manager allows. That's the culture that the manager... Now, if that's changed, and he takes it and he brings it to them, and he either goes hard or goes home in this European Championships that comes up, then we'll all live with it. But the question always abounds, is that what happens? Is that what Southgate does? Now, he's a brilliant politician, and he'll answer your questions and he'll field them. But when it comes down to it, like you said to him...
A politician, he's a good manager, Sam. He's a more than good manager.
No, he's an international manager. There's a vast difference. He's not at the top of his managerial career. Once upon a time, the England job was something that was sought after by the best managers in English football. Brian Clough would have given up his opportunities in English domestic football to have managed the England team because he was the best in the country. That doesn't exist. There's no argument that Southgate comes out of international football and drops in a top 6 side. Anyone that makes that argument has bumped their head.
I take it from what you're saying then, nothing other than Kane lifting this trophy above his head in Germany next summer is going to do.
With this group of players...
If he doesn't do that, Gareth needs to walk.
With this group of... No, he should not necessarily walk. He should be asked to get his coat, to use my favourite expression. He will have done lots of good things for English football. He would have re-established what should have been there in the first place. Because it wasn't there in the first place doesn't mean you should reward it for being inserted in now. You have to recognise that what people did before wasn't good enough. Capello and his regime wasn't good enough. Roy Hodgson and his regime wasn't good enough. Southgate has done decent things. He's got rid of these ridiculous factions.
And you've changed your perception of him in the last 7 years, have you?
I've always felt that he was he's a decent human being. You can't argue that Gareth Southgate...
No, but as a manager, you're bound to it.
No,
because when he came in...
In what way?
It was kind of trial and error when he first came in, wasn't it?
Well, my first perception of him was, how in God's name are you giving the job to a man that managed Middlesbrough in the Championship, right? And ultimately,
your perception hasn't changed since then.
No, it has changed because ultimately he's shown himself to be able to operate at this level. But that's not the question at hand. The question at hand is when you have opportunities, not what you did in the past. When you are there and you have opportunities and moments in time, and you've had 3 of them, you have to look at it and say, what's the common denominator? The Croatians were crap in the first half. We were good. They changed. We didn't. We lose 2-1. We play the Italians. We get a lead in the first 5 or 10 minutes through the fullback, the Man United player, Luke Shaw. And all of a sudden, the Italians start building up the momentum, and we watch, and the whole nation's going, for Christ's sakes, change something. Bang, the Italians score a goal. We change. Then we go into the European Championships. Into the World Cup.
In the World Cup.
And we have the French in our sights, a good French side, but a French side that we got the measure of in this game. So why don't we overload? Why don't we take it to them like they take it to us? But we don't. And what do we end up losing? We end up losing, but it gets blamed on Harry Kane missing a penalty. But the moment was lost because the game could have been taken away. We wouldn't have needed a penalty to equalise. We'd have been the ones in ascendancy. And that's the difference between a winning, unique manager. Now, Southgate cannot be excluded from the conversation of harmonising the England camp, utilising St George's, utilising the assets within his gift.
So he's had some achievements.
Of course he has.
Of course.
But we've got to win this European Championships.
Win or nothing. It's got to be a win.
Well, for
You've got
Gareth,
to win
yeah.
it.
You don't get an endless array of opportunities. Nobody does. No international manager does. The question is, who do you replace him with? Because that's a question you can. Who's going to replace him? If Southgate dropped down dead today, not suggesting I want him to.
Well, let's say he was to vacate his post today. Put it another way.
He's not going to vacate his
I
post
was
today.
thinking that when you were talking a moment ago.
Who would you put in?
Who is? There's one for you actually.
Eddie Howe.
Let's get a
But
few
Eddie Howe's
names.
not leaving Newcastle anytime soon,
No,
is he?
he's not. He's not. I mean, if Gareth was to vacate the job today, and it's purely, it's purely us just having the discussion for discussion's sake, would it be a problem for the FA? Who would?
Yes.
Who would be the ideal candidate if Gareth was to go? Gareth's not going to go, but if he was, who would be the ideal candidate? 810 89. Will you raise a glass when the 7-year anniversary comes along? Gareth's 7 years in the job.
I just told you it's a 7-year itch.
Yeah, all right. You can maybe tell us who you think the ideal candidate would be. Gareth is not.
Hmm.
Want to build a
You can bugger off with your adverts. What time is it?
Birmingham fans getting in touch this morning, Simon, asking me to ask you if you've made a big decision and you've said goodbye to John Eustace and you've brought in a high-profile, big-name individual like Wayne Rooney, and it doesn't go right. How long do you give it? Were you in a situation at Palace, Simon, whereby you said goodbye to one manager, you appointed another,
Yeah.
and the early signs were, geez, I might have to bite the bullet on this one. This
Yes.
isn't working.
Steve Kemba. So I fired him.
So you just did it like that. And what can you remember the numbers involved there with games played, and you thought this is not going to work? Was it very early?
But it's probably about 9 or 10 games.
Right?
We got the final 10 lid was getting beat 5-0 away by Dave Whelan's Wigan, and cleared to me. And I had a very good relationship with Kemba, and the club had a very good relationship with him. And when I gave him the job, it was on the back of saying to him, if you really want this job, you do realise that you had a job for life prior to this. If I put you in a manager's job, you won't have a job for life. You'll be fired and you'll be out of a job, and you'll be out of the club probably as a result of it, if you really want to take that step up. So, and it was someone that had done a lot for me, someone that had been very heavily involved in the club, someone that had stepped in as a caretaker manager on a number of occasions. And it was something that the fans had resisted as well. They said when I called a press conference or a fans forum and said this is where I was going with, the fans were like, well, why are you going down this route? It's a cheap route. I said, well, I'm not going down it because it's a cheap route. I think it's the right route. But I didn't double down. It was evident to me.
Yeah.
But if we're going to take that as a comparison to the Rooney situation, I don't think that's a fair analysis. I think Rooney's got 5 games in. The games that he's played have all been teams that have been, with the exception of Middlesbrough are in a vein of form, have been either above them,
Right.
or in situ with them.
They've got 1 point from 15.
Yeah, I get that. And,
yeah.
and they've got Sheffield Wednesday this week. Now, if you start getting beat by teams like Sheffield Wednesday, then you can start having conversations and start getting slightly worried.
Well, that's right.
And
they lost 2-1 to Sunderland at the weekend.
Well, in the ensuing games, they've got Sheffield Wednesday at home, they've got Blackburn Rovers away, they've got Rotherham at home. If you don't start winning those sort of games, then you can have conversations.
Then you
but
are
right
in
now,
trouble.
and I've been a critic of the appointment, not a critic of the individual. I'm playing the game, not the man. The man's irrelevant. It happens to be Rooney. It's the media that make the noise about Rooney. I'm making the noise about the appointment. John Eustace, despite the fact that certain Birmingham fans were saying to me that the performance of the sides wasn't that great, didn't deserve to be fired for someone that's got a 27% win record. That 27% win record happened to be that of Wayne Rooney. Now, that by the same token, Wayne Rooney doesn't deserve to be fired because he's Wayne Rooney, and it's 5 games in. Yeah,
and I recognise what you're saying, and you are being very fair about that. So the fact of the matter is they've gone from 6th, where they were with John Eustace when he was sacked, and now they're 18th. And that's not lost on Dee, who's a Birmingham City fan. Jim, we stepped in a big puddle here, big time. At the moment, we'll see where their confidence is at the turn of the year, but we certainly have a lot to do here. So D is concerned. Quite a number of Birmingham fans are concerned this morning.
7 points off playoffs.
Yeah.
You're 7 points off the playoff spots, and someone will turn around and say, yeah, and you're 7 points or 8 points off the bottom three. That is the championship.
Right.
You've got to give this. You've made a decision. I don't think it was the greatest decision, but they've made it. So they've got to give him an opportunity to lay down whatever he thinks he needs to achieve to start producing a winning side.
But you didn't give that opportunity to Steve Kember. But you're suggesting, in fairness here, Wayne should be given that.
I gave him 3 months, and it was evidently wrong, and my eyes didn't betray me. He had 11, 12 games.
Right.
The team was getting worse, and so I made a decision. And after 5 games, that noise should not be. This noise is because it's Rooney.
Yeah.
And he got the job
I see
because
what you're saying.
So it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? He got it because he was Rooney, and now he's getting the consequence of it.
But you've been writing columns about him as well in the Mail, have you not? You touched on it as well.
I wrote an article about the same subject matter that I've just suggested, which is it cannot be that someone with a win record of 27% takes the job of someone that's in the top 6 in the division.
Yeah, it makes no sense. I mean, D, the Birmingham fan I mentioned, says, come the January transfer window, we will see if the owners still have confidence. Certainly, at the weekend, in spite of the fact they lost 3-1 to Sunderland, Wayne was putting a positive spin in it.
Disappointed because I thought the performance was a good away performance, but I think overall the lads put a great effort in once again. Again, a lot of positives, and so we've come to a really tough period of fixtures, which now we need to really focus on. Obviously, after the international break, really picking up results, because that's where we need to do.
But he's right. If he believes that the performances aren't getting the results, right, then he must be given time. Now, they were 2-0 up against Ipswich. And this is one of the form teams in the division. Ipswich, I think if they'd have won that game, would have gone top of the league.
Yeah.
So they were 2-0 up. So they draw 2-2, which is a decent result, but a poor result if you're 2-0 up. So clearly there's some ingredients there. Now, I'm not watching Birmingham on a weekly basis. Only the Birmingham fans can say if what Rooney's saying is the performances are there, the results are not. If the performances are there, then the results will come.
And from what Wayne's saying, the performances are there.
Yeah, he's not going to turn around and say anything else, is he?
No,
but I don't know if it to be true or not. What I do know is that it wouldn't have been the start that he wanted, and he wouldn't have wanted to get 1 point from 5 games. But if you look at the games, Middlesbrough, Hull, Southampton, Ipswich, and Sunderland, the bulk of those sides, with the exception of Hull, potentially might have been shoe-ins as people's perspective. Well, maybe not Ipswich, because Ipswich is going so well now, as potential challengers to get out of the division.
Okay.
So I give him a little bit of latitude.
A bit of latitude, fair enough. Gone from 6th to 18th, but Birmingham fans, have you seen signs that make you feel confident that Wayne Spell in charge will turn a corner and it will start going in the right direction? You're more than welcome to give me a call on that. 03717 223344 810 89.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the TalkSport app and on your smart speaker. TalkSport.
fucking goals there. No way over here. Another penalty. Is this how the game's going to play, is it? Every fucking corner is going to be a penalty. Yeah, that was obvious. I'd like to take him off, but we've got penalties coming up. Well, we might have penalties. Charlison, yeah, sure. Was it 2 legs? I can't remember the fucking setup with. Can't remember the rules with that one. Not bad. Who we got now? Man City? Man City and then Aston Villa. I'd like to say this was the way that Man City played, but I could be wrong. Yeah, see, that's the way Man City play. He is playing for us, isn't he? No. Why is he not? Is he injured? Oh, he is. Oh, he's in international duty. That's what it is. Madison's injured. Defender left. He's back. Young. It's a mixture between these two just now. Whoop, 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 whoop. And defensive midfield. Charleston. Johnson, Solomon. It means they can get another defensive midfield, or when James Maddison comes back. When on James Maddison, he's out for a couple of days. I don't think he'll be back for Man City. What's the date? We're on the 10th. Maddison. Did expect to be out between. Oh, he's out for a while. 9 to 3 weeks. Okay. Whoop. Yeah, there's a store here. I've already bought one. Where is it? Wallet. All job applications. Attribute masking. I don't know why you would want to hide it. Make certain player attributes invisible. And City v Derby. 3-2. So Derby actually gave them a run. Jack Grealish and Silva. He's been granted, seals a new 4-year deal. He was already at the club, so I don't know why the work permit would say no. I think we've got to West Ham after that one. Yeah, we need to start winning matches. Jurgen Klinsmann. Probably one of my favourite managers, not gonna lie. He's had quite a career, Jurgen Klinsmann. Is everyone fit for this? Everyone's fit. Shoot some men. Al Nassar. Isn't that where Ronaldo is? Yeah, Sadio Mane's over there. Fofana's over there. Laporte. Yeah, it won't unlock for me. Whoops. He's a free agent apparently. 38. He's still got the attacking mobility. An elite striker. Free agent. Nobody wants him. Yeah, it's a straight up striker. I wouldn't actually mind having Ronaldo, and then I can put Song onto the left. I think that's where Song likes to be. Or through the middle. Well, actually, I could play Ronaldo through the middle. Oh, I can't because I don't have that position. But I mean, Perisic is doing fine. Absolutely no interest. Okay. Oh, there you go. Can't have him. Whereas if I had the if I had the editor, maybe. But I'm on the console version, so that's what could That's what we need in the game for console version. The editor. Yeah. Oh, we're beat 100%, but hopefully not too bad. Win, loss, win, win, win. Yikes. I would have curved that ball right across their back line. Get Song on the end of that. Is that supposed to be snow or something? Or water, one of the two. Doesn't Tottenham have undersoil heating? Yeah, see, they don't have the full list of mans here. Perisic is the only one willing to get the ball on the target. That's a cheap ass goal, Romero. It just clears your fucking lines. Their pass is complete for them. It's way better than ours. Dominating the ball. Yeah, see, if I had the PC version, I would have all the players speak to them individually. That's just, yeah, it's not good enough. I wonder if I've got run with the ball on. I certainly don't have that selected. There's no, I've noticed with the console version, there's no familiarize box up here with tactics. That'd be nice. Where is it? No, I don't care about dynamics just now. Here. No familiarize. Where's that? That needs to be in there. Uh, mm. I don't want them too high, jeez. I want to keep them up there. Just stuck in. Mm. Yeah, nope, nope, you fuck. See, that would affect the familiarize up here. That's what's missing up there. Because I know that Ange plays a 4-3-3 for Tottenham, but it's working out how he plays it. I don't know. Because he could play that way, or sometimes he'll play the straight three during matches as the game's proceeding. Missing key players. Missing Madison, Basuma, Davies. I'm taking off Romero. It's just he's a liability. Sessegnon, I actually felt more comfortable with him back there. And Richarlison, yeah, Perisic is. I'd rather have Richarlison here, but as it stands, he's the only one scoring for us. Son thinks the goals will be here. Basuma's on international duty. For Hall. What? Those would like to take Tottenham's see Hall on trial so they can have a closer look at him. Is he reserves? Yes. Well, you can have him. He's only a reserve. Bank boosts. What? Okay. Oh, this will be to purchase all the money. £5 gets you 200 million. So you can keep buying them, but then you'll be capped at 1 billion. Oh well. We've got 59. We've got 59 million. I mean, technically speaking, we should be looking at players. I can't remember. Is it Brentford that has a player that I like? Yeah. No good. Scout him. That's Norgard. Canal. Tottenham. Good squad. Nope. Tactics. I'll be quicker. Nope. It's normally got it here as to where we are in the Premier League. Oh, yeah. Marcus Tavernier is listed. Is that age? Nope, it's not age. I'm surprised he's listed because he's generally pretty good. He's pretty good in FIFA. Certainly gets me running. Clive I mean, technically speaking, yeah, we should be looking at another striker. I don't think Solanke would cover it. I generally don't know who to bring over. You're not going to give me Real Madrid, are you? Real Madrid. Because I put 2 spaces there, yeah. Real Madrid. Real. Jeez. Spain, because it should be there. I wonder if I spelled Madrid wrong. Camavinga. Wanted. Valladolid. End of contract. I haven't actually looked in our youth department. Do we have youth? Development center. We do, but midfielder, goalkeeper. Is that it? No. Who's our striker? Who's the one scoring the goals for us? Holmes, Martin, and Foster. Moore. I don't get to see these. Holmes, Moore. Foster. That must have been a corner. Moore. He's got it loan. Yeah, I see, Tornado. It's only 16 too. So he wouldn't get into the first team. Not yet. Let's respond. Yes. Middlesbrough have taken Tottenham. Hall unknown for the week. So Middlesbrough must have a fixture here somewhere, and they're just about to playing for a game. I actually don't know who to buy because Tottenham's like one of those weird clubs that sits below, well, sits in the middle between good teams and bad teams. Yeah, Isak wouldn't be a bad signing. Good backup player. Kieran Trippier would be an alright signing. Livramento would be a bad signing. Do a decent fucking goalkeeper, tell you the truth. What? 157 million? You nuts. Where did he end up? Al-Shabaab. Not for sale. What's the Norgard? How much? 64 million. Yikes. So they're making a monthly of 1.5. Monthly fee. Well, he wants to go to Fleetwood, so I mean, if he's saying he wants to go to Fleetwood, I'll take it. He is a youth player as well, so you want to get your youth players out and about. Yeah, we are struggling, aren't we? Fucking hell, Nottingham Forest is what, 8th. Hmm. And then 2 days later, we've got the next semi-final. What's the rules for this? Information rules. Is there 2 semi-finals to this? Second leg matches rules. Extra time played if scores are level after 90 minutes. Penalty shoot if scores still level. 5 subs used, 3 stoppages plus 1 extra time. Work permit, missed rules. Stadiums. Matches have VAR. Okay. That's actually good that they've got these. Never used to have that. Or did, but I didn't pay attention. I think it did. I think it was a drop down, so. Yeah, so he's going around beating everyone. Not new. That should be about Bazuma. Yeah, he's scoring for international, but not for us. Yeah. Simmons reportedly transfer. No, not for sale. Just because you've got money doesn't mean you necessarily need to buy the player. Oh, is this for? No. Don't. Yes. No. No. Go away. Hall must be a pretty good youth player if people are coming in for him. There. $85,000. So something about him that clubs want. In rehabilitation, but that's about it. Do I have my players back yet? Basuma's still in international. Madison's still injured. Gill is still injured. Davis is still injured. Who isn't fucking it? Oh, Hoiberg's back though. That's a bonus. Give me Hoiberg. I trust Hoiberg more than Skip. Oh, I better set up Richarlison's. Is it? Yeah, it's Richarlison's thing. What's he? Advanced playmaker. Yeah. Eric Dyer. Yeah. I thought I'd prefer Richarlison as inside forward, but never mind. See, I haven't got really any space for him. Yeah, well, I can't do much. I've got 3 good players out, injured, and 1 on international duty, so the rest are on loan. John McGinn wouldn't be a bad signing. Unai Emery. It's prostate cancer month, isn't it? That's be a tough old game. They're 4th, so they'll be challenging to stay up there. Definitely need a new goalkeeper. Oh, penalty. Far as we have a look. Suggested. I'll give it to the pens. Who's got the best penalties? Oh, you're almost caught there. It's twice you've allowed that to get to me again. Good cover, Porro. Charlison. Bentancur. Højberg. Perisic. Off the post. Deep ball for Richarlison. I don't know why, but it feels like Dyer's made the difference to that back line. Unlucky Son. Holy moly. So the changes I've made so far are working. To the starting lineup. Oh, unlucky. Oh, ball. There's no cover down that wing. Just fucking clear it or pass it. That, yeah, I need to take off. Sessignon. Sessignon's making me nervous. I think it's Sessignon. It's down that wing. It's making me nervous. Yeah. Why did nobody pick him up? I mean, that's disappointing. Can I do it from here? No, it would have been nice. Tactics and subs. There we go. You on. It's a wild deflection. Supposed to be trapping them on the outside, not on the inside, you donuts. Oh wow, okay, you missed that from there. I hate it when I fucking auto pauses. Three. I mean, it's not a loss. Against a team that's in 4th. Moved up 1 place. Chelsea's... Son doesn't care about being linked with Chelsea. Nope. I mean, 95k. Nope. What are your thoughts about Son being linked with Chelsea? Yeah, Ken, sling your hook. Whoops. Trying to think. Who's the boy that plays it? Is that Athletic? Oh, fuck. Oh, Athletic. I'll just do this and go into clubs. Might make things a bit easier. Whoops. I can't remember. They're Spanish, aren't they? Yeah. They're there. Oh, it's okay. The A dot. So they don't have the full name. Yeah, there is. Would be nice to know his price. But yeah, since I scout, I'll get his price. So this will have the up to date, won't it? Yeah, it does. I wouldn't want to sign him to be honest. He's been pretty shit for Man United. What's this? Handled by you, but what's the recruitment going on? Okay. My client is interested in speaking to Swansea. Swansea have offered 100,000 for tiling house plus subject to distribute to 125. So they're going to give me 3 payments of 18,075. 10 games, 22. We should bring up 25. Gill's resumed thingy. Oh, shite. I'll get to the news in a minute. I want to make a sub. Sessio made me nervous. Bentancur's banned. A red card. I'm not surprised. Which means Skip would drop in here. Bentancur, I assume it's back. Fucking time. Hoiberg and Basuma's got a great link. That's fine. I mean, Skip can go back on the bench. We're still down one player. Gill is wanted. Who's he wanted by? Stuttgart for loan. You play with Rich. Richarlison plays. Basuma, I've got to do you. Yeah, we'll keep you there. International injured, suspended, injured. Once Bentancur comes back, don't know, because he's got a. Well, actually, yeah, we could. No, it normally tells you if they prefer left or right. No natural. No sides. Do you prefer left or right? None. Okay, that's fine. Then I'm going to do the defenders. First be on the left. Dyer. First be on the right. So that's nice. So they're worked out. So if I was to bring on, for example, Gill. No. Go away. Skip. No, none there, so that's fine. Tottenham take on West Ham. We are favourites. Kane. Robbie Keane. Porro and Son has made team of the week. Injury update. Ben Davis. Neutral, I don't think it's appropriate to answer it. Yeah, I don't. Oh, he's a keeper. So Hoiberg is playing, Madison and Davis aren't. Suma comes in for Bentancur. Madison can't be far. 3 days, not bad. Madison prefers to be the right. Well, you can play Perisic, Richarlison, Celso, or Basuma's positions. So it does kind of open areas. But FIFA 23, I had him up here, but I actually preferred him through the middle if I was playing the 4-2-3-1. But because I'm playing Tottenham's tactic, I think he'll be where Richarlison plays. He could actually go where Celso is, but then that means Bentancur might miss out. So it's all about rotation. Porro's on a yellow, Romero's on a yellow, Kulusevski's on a yellow. Yeah, I had to take off Sessegnon. He was just making me too nervous at the back. assume it's not fully what? Oh. Yeah, I've got a sub there anyway. I've got skip. Yes. Yes. Fuck. Can I get it? Thank you. Dooba-dooba-doob-doob-doob-doob-doo. Actually. Match preview. No team talk either. I've noticed. Oh yeah, we're at home. So we're pretty much an unchanged side. There's only, what, 2 players that have come in? Dyer, Van de Ven. Yeah, left backs come in. Midfield's come in. The rest is unchanged. Oh, that reminds me, I need charge. Aye. Phone. I presume it's knackered already. Skip, you're coming in, mate. Yeah, see, I've got it. Yeah, you know what? You just stay as a ball winning midfielder. Ugh. You wanted the pace of the action. Got goal hungry. Nobody closed them down. Top corner, right there. Or you can square it there. Did exactly what I said. Nice. There was no offside there. Considering there was 2 players in front of him. Yeah. That were ahead of him. 8 added minutes. Are you nuts? Oh well, that's game over. It's the Carabao Cup as well, so we don't know who we're going to get in the final. Carabao Cup final, so we've got a final to go to. This will be interesting. Go on, Johnson. Oh, it's just beautiful football. To stop. That's it. We're through to the final. Let's go. Well, according to this, we absolutely bullied West Ham. Doo 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 doo. It wasn't bad. Most of the action in midfield. We'll take it. Delighted. Out there, got complacent. Ah, that was fuck loud. Out there, got complacent. Stop it. Jesus Christ, that's fucking loud. For the trip to the Wembley for 6-2. Fucking hell. Was it Lo Celso that got the hat trick? One of them got a hat trick, I think. Oh, up here. Yeah, Lo Celso. Lo Celso. Hey, timeline. 4th of January, I was hired. We set a new record as well. Nice. Doop 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 doop. Oh, I've got fucking Man City. Football news. Football headlines. Carabao Cup Tottenham triumph over Hammers in second leg. Tottenham followed up their first leg draw against West Ham with the second leg victory featuring VAR. Man City secure victory at Etihad Stadium. Lo Celso catches eye as Tottenham win. Yeah. Has been putting in the time after training to work hard on improving his game. What would you like to do? Praise his efforts. Oh, Porro misses the final. Tottenham 6 game unbeaten from there. It's a new Carabao Cup record. Yeah, wait for Man City to beat us. How did you see the Tamari scoring for? Yeah, go away. I thought it'd be like a thing about saying how happy he was to see the club. What's this? The Carabao Cup. Be nice to view it. Can I watch? Oh, we've got it scouted anyway. There's no point attending if we're scouting. Next game, Burnley. Away. Lowly Burnley. Yeah, I thought that might happen. Erling Haaland. Lost quarterfinals to Derby. Derby. There it is. My first final with Tottenham. Hopefully the first of many, but it is Tottenham after all, so. Son has been linked with Real Madrid. Well, I tell you what, Real Madrid, I'll let you have Son in exchange for one of your players. How about that? I don't know who strikers have got. They've still got Benzema. I don't want him. He's useless nowadays. He's only a goal poacher. R. Madrid. Does that work? It does work. There we go. Oh, according to this, they're not even using a striker, but they are. They've got to be. Oh, no Lopez. Did Benzema retire? Or did he move? Benzi. He had. Yeah, see, I don't really follow Real Madrid's news, so I don't know who's going where. Camavinga wouldn't be a bad signing. No Lopez. 20. I don't think he's main striker. He's on. Oh, he could be actually. Who they got down here? Oh, Rodriguez. He's up for loan, so it won't be him. Maybe it is Lopez. Vasquez is leaving. Diaz is listed. 15 million. Valuable player, but don't need anyone there. More. Look at Modric, he's up there in age. Tony Kroos. Well, Conte's attributes, he's still got it. Just. I haven't got much time till what's that, 26th? Only got, what, a few days? Yeah. 5 days. Must respond. Who would be Sunderland? Sunderland where's the 135? Oh, they made 135. No. Go Burnley, then Arsenal. Well, that'd be interesting. Jesus Christ. Go away. Fraser Foster's out for 8 to 4 months. Wow. Well. That'll be my goalkeeper effect. And if there's a mandatory goalkeeper in place, I actually need to see who's the goalkeeper. Tottenham reserves. Reed. That's Brighton. Adrian. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I was just about to bring over. Whoops. Isn't he developed? Sweeper keeper. He's listed. Well, he's got in his bio. He's here for as an emergency, so we need the emergency keeper. Hoiberg, yep. Hoiberg, Bitumen, Celso, Kyle Charleston, so didn't oh, I think he's back, ain't he? We've got Bentancur, we've got Madison, who's back. To put Madison there? Yeah. Yes, I know. Who have I got? MC Skip. Right, Skip. Bentancur. Did I? No. Yes. There. That gives me a full squad of players to select from. Support. Am I missing? Nope. That's fine, because we're coming into bigger games, I think. Ben Davison's still injured. Where's the schedule? I think we are coming into bigger games. We've got Burnley, Arsenal, Newcastle, Brentford, Fulham, Man City. Yeah. We'll Burnley next, so we should be, technically speaking, be beating Burnley. Arsenal will be hard, but we'll give it our best. Where's the scout report for Kroos? Is this the team I'm going to go with? Are we playing already? Jeez. Oh, Madsen isn't fit enough. Well, he is, but he's not match fit. That's fine. Well, we'll need him match fit for the next game. He's going to have to play either way. Is that corner or offside corner? I have to change my corners to in swingers. Oh, come on. There we go. Go on, son. Oh, what a goal. Pick that out. It's a deep ball for Richarlison. Højbjerg's covering Madison. Son. Team's getting used to the way I want to play. It's just going to take a bit of time. Okay, Madison. Oh. Yeah, they do have the touchline, so. One, two, three. Miss. Four. Full time. I'll take it. Bye bye. Da-ling. Fuck. Yeah, we need to keep winning. We got Arsenal next, so that'll be a hard game. Games are so close. Holy moly. We've been linked with Ivan Toney. And Real San Sebastian. Briggs, someone's been intention of selling. Royale. I'm not getting the report. I wouldn't get him anyway. Oh, whoops. But it'd be like a wild bid. You just signed a new contract. Oh well. That wouldn't be happening then. I should have looked at his contract. I didn't. Saying that, I didn't have his scout report. Can't afford Camavinga. We're just too broke for that one. Alaba wouldn't be a bad signing. It's not for sale. Plus, I get his wage, so he's It's a lot of money. 101 million. Yeah, don't have that money. Courtois injured. I'm surprised we got linked with Ivan Toney. Who is it? This one? Looking at his options, and he's wanted by Al Nassr. Jesus Christ, they're going out for everyone. Yeah. Offer setting, yo. Wait. Why was I not made aware of this? Do I just throw money at it? I'll throw an extra 3k at him. Hopefully he says, has this transfer affect your plans for the rest of the season? I don't know the rest of the season will go. I only wish Ha! Get it up, you Borussia Dortmund. Try to steal my young player. If I want to keep him here, yeah. Well, I mean, if a lot of clubs are after Hall, then that means that he's got something. Are you hopeful of finally signing Cameron Humphreys today after being linked with him? I don't know anything about Humphreys being here. 20-year-old Humphreys at Ipswich. Yeah, see, we know nothing about him. We haven't even scouted him, so why would I be interested in him? Fucking hell, Middlesbrough just gunning for me with Hall. Go away, Middlesbrough. Or just turn off the reject all offers on him. How many hours? 4 hours. We're hearing reports that Ryan Sissoko has rejected a move away from Tottenham despite at least one offer being accepted. Do you now expect him to stay put? It certainly looks that way, at least for the time being. Well, he's just signed a 4-year deal, so pfft. He ain't going anywhere. Sergio Gomez is leaving Man City, possibly, to Udinese. Who's this about? Inacho. Newcastle Queensland Inacho currently stands as the biggest deal of the transfer deadline so far. Do you think the fee will put pressure on Recede? Is there any pressure he'll thrive on a sort of player he is? Hall finish reserves. What's this? Shines as Hall fine fitness. Okay. 30 minutes. We're yet to see making a permanent signing during this window. Are there plans to do so before the deadline passes? I mean, I barely know the Tottenham squad. Jeez, let me settle down first and get used to them. Biggest spenders. Is this wage? Wage. Where are we in terms of wages? We're the 6th biggest club, spending 3.5 million a week. Biggest is Man City. Second is United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal. Kind of the top 6 that you would expect. Transfer window roundup. Biggest spenders, 94 million from City. Most players in, West Ham 4. Most players out, 6 West Ham. Drop transfer window deal, Rafinha. Barcelona to Man City. That's definitely making a statement right there. Top deadline day deal. Yeah, Joe from Sporting to Newcastle. That's a good signing for Newcastle anyway. You enjoyed a rather quiet transfer deadline day, which saw no players coming into the club. Was that intentional? Absolutely, we didn't want any red. Was just the last bit. I kind of person. I was tucked up in bed. Well, on deadline. Will you perhaps be? What's this? Will you perhaps look to take advantage of the transfer window still being open in some countries to sell one or more two players? Nope. Be letting anyone. Nope, we're done. Nobody coming in, nobody went out apart from loanees, that's it. International roundup. Month in review, what's this? I've compiled a report for this month's training. Ah, okay. Training update. I don't want. Training responsibility. Assistant manager. I don't care. Well, I do, but I don't want to be spending 10-15 minutes doing training. An hour ago, who was this? Oh, okay. Buying status, reserving to manage to losing focus in training, encourage managers to experiment, tell managers to stop, tell managers to stop training, encourage managers to express themselves. Seems a little distracting training at the moment, consistently trying skills rather than focusing. You have encouraged Madison to keep expressing. The more creative players in the squad are happy with your handling of the situation. Nice. Yeah, I mean, if players want to express themselves in training, let them. Do you look forward to these matches in the same way as the sports do? They're proud to be involved with them. Goodbye. Yeah, see, this is, you can tell it's console because you don't have the full-on match interview. We're spending 3.5, we currently have 3.7 in wage. Wow, Chelsea smashed West Ham 5-1, but so did we. James Madison is still struggling for fitness, but we should be good, yeah. Doobie-doop-doop-doo. Mm. 5 wins. It's going to be hard to try and break down these. I'm surprised they're not playing Zinchenko. I think he's a pretty good left back. Chip the ball. For Charlison off the crossbar. Meh. Well, as it stands, we jump up to 11th. Go on, Madison. Go on, son. Yes. Do, 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 do. Fucking Ramsdale smashing it off the crossbar. Well, they were favourites to beat us by a big margin according to the favourites. That'll put us 10th. Nice. They do have a game in hand though, but we're climbing. Try to save Tottenham's season, that's all we're doing. Charlton got injured 10 to 13 days. You must be pleased with the result that sees Tottenham shoot up the table. Everyone wants to be as high on the table as possible, and we're doing well in that regard. Thank you and goodbye. Ferguson happy with league standing. I wouldn't say I was happy, but we're in a better position than when I first took over the job. We were down here, and now we're up here. Ideally I want to be up here. I want 7th to be our goal. And we're not far behind either. 4 points. Next on red. One Madison. Oh, the Madison flick. After working closely with manager Caleb Ferguson on developing new skill and training, James Madison took the time to praise her for giving him the time to develop a new flick together and the encouragement she offered along the way. Madison successfully took it from the training ground to the pitch during the recent game against Arsenal. Nice. Well, you're welcome, Madison. The main talking point was Man City's unbeaten record reached 10 games following 2-0 triumph over Crystal Palace. Elsewhere, James Van scored a fierce shot during Tottenham's 1-0 victory over Arsenal, and 74,000 watched Everton's 1-0 victory over Man United. Man United got thumped 1-0. Not surprised. Where's... I don't know, it'd be staff, security. I'd imagine Man United was up there. There's a whole bunch of insecure. Where's the bottom one? This one, Tunisia, Senegal, Ireland, Man United can't be far. You got Arsenal. There he is. Ten Hag. What's this? So I can buy in. But it doesn't seem to be buying into your methods as much as the other players. How would you like to address this? Talk to him. Talk to him in an effort to convince him to buy into your methods. Demote him. No, I'll talk to him. You chose to speak to it, and his supporters gained a buy-in. Player of the week is Sterling. International roundup. Davis resumes full. Yes. Tactiques. Someone's injured, isn't he? Richarlison. Remove. Because then I can put Madison up here. Although I actually enjoyed Madison down there. I had a little bit more control. That means Celso's back in the team. And I can put Skip back on the bench. Ideally, I don't want to change too much of this. I'm actually enjoying the Højbjerg Perisic's link up play. Who we got next? Newcastle. And then we got Brentford. Yeah, we need to beat Newcastle. That's one of our top priorities. The team above us. Newcastle 1-3-1, Brentford 1-1-0. 1. Liverpool 1-5-3. Tottenham's players was all left back. Makes positive development. Well, he is, what, 21? And his potential isn't too bad. Richarlison's out for 4 to 10 days. So yeah, he's missing out in the next game for sure. Tottenham set for Premier. We're even favourites. Tottenham have been disappointing, but we are trying. Solomon should be dropped by Israel. Madison's passed. Ben Davis is passed. We're not taking Davis, are we? No. Madison's still lacking match fitness, despite scoring in the last game. Julian Nagelsmann. I mean, our W's are gaining slowly. Yeah, we've got to win. Got to keep that pressure up on the teams above us. Yeah, bugger, where did that come from? Excuse me. Close him down, close him down, close him down, close him down. There you go. Nope. Close him down. Oh, is that free kick? Fell on Madison. We got 2 yellow cards already. Fucking Poro and Heiberg. Oh, Perisic. He had no choice to kick it long there. He had just, 5 players up there. See, you should have stuck with Trippier. Yeah, the goal's not way over here. Dumbass. It's just too casual. There we go. Mm, 1-1, we'll take it. Don't deserve it. Ding. Mm. I was gonna say, yeah, Man United have got a game. So I mean, we're there. 7th could be ours. Results pending. Hmm. We'll get there. There we go. How long? 3 to 9 days. Okay. The board are pleased. Board are pleased with the team currently in course to achieve mid-table position within the Premier Division. However, the team has played one more game than the teams around them. There's a chance things change. Yeah. We would drop 13th at worst. That's if the rest of the ones below me win. But Brian have got a couple of games in hand, so that's noticeable. The board are disappointed with the team. It's only fairly competitive in the FA Cup. Meh. You got the Carabao Cup final to look forward to. Stop complaining. That's actually fairly soon. Yeah, it's 3 games away. I mean, Man City are going to be a hard team to play. We thumped us away early in the season. Chelsea, Tottenham, not Forest. He's out for 5 to 6 weeks. Sorry, Skip, you're out. That'll bring in McGill. Would it bring in McGill? No. McGill. I could do Davies. Although, this guy hasn't been too bad. Yeah. He hasn't been too bad for us so far, but I mean, I put Davis on the bench. Don't need another defender. I could get rid of Romero, I suppose. Richarlison's out for 3 to 9 days, so he won't be long. And Skip's out for 7 weeks. Skip's gone. Got Brentford at home, so we should be beating these. Horo showing pleasing gains. He's playing close to full potential. Nice. That's how we like it. Solomon takes L. We'll send home. Send him home. Yeah, I think isn't Brentford one of the teams that has one of the games in hand? Brentford, 24. Where are we? We've got 25. So yeah, this is one of their game in hand. So if we can take points off of them, I'll be pretty happy. If we win, we'll get 35, but that'll be dependent on goals. That's Newcastle, so we would go above Newcastle, so we would take 9th. Wait, goal difference 5. Oh no, we would go 10th. Depending. Oh wait, then yeah. Goal difference pain in the ass. We go back. We go back to 10th. Goal difference -7. Newcastle on 5. So yeah, we go there. Go to 10th. Poor Luton. Charleston's capable, but he isn't fully healed. I'd rather have a fully healed team. Not going to lie. Yeah. Solomon's injured. Where is he? No, he's not. Oh, he's on the bench. There he is. I can put him on the bench, but he's not going to play. He'll be sitting on the bench picking his scabs. That's what he'll be doing. Both teams not having a solid season. Although ours is slightly better. What FM needs to introduce is the Premier League's theme song when it loads the pre-match fixtures, well, the pre-match lineups. I mean, they've probably got the Champions League, the UEFA Cup, Champions League, and the Europa Cup, Europa League. Yep. Son's shooting is shocking. It's horrible. And yet he's supposed to be the striker for Tottenham. He's supposed to be Kane's replacement. Right. Kinda glad he isn't that bad in real life. That's cheeky. There we go. There's our 10th. For now. Half time. When did we score that? 38. Not bad. Yeah, I'm satisfied. Yeah. Could be doing better, I suppose. What's all these billboards? Join Prostate FC, join us. Sig Games. Side Games. Hey. War Child. I've got one of their badges in my bedroom. War Child. Go on. Ah, too easy. Way too easy. Didn't know I had Royale on the bench. Royale. Flicking. 3 minutes. Can we score late? Stoppage time. Nope. Pence. Disappointed. Yes. Shocking. We've played 26. They've played 26. We're 2 points behind Newcastle. Two and 5 off 7. 7th place. Well, we're 5 unbeaten. Not bad. Who am I missing? 2 days. Okay, that works. You go back there, because I like Madison in midfield and Richarlison. You can come back on because you're about to be fixed anyway. So I need a DMC. Oh wait, Skip's still injured. I don't have Ndombele because he's on loan. Where are you going? You're going up there. Put Gill on the bench. And we'll drop Madison. I like Madison controlling that midfield. Something went ting. Oh, it's emails. Yeah. Do 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 do. Nice. Gene Trippier, Anthony Elanga. Yep, there we go. Thank you. So we kind of gotten back to where we want to be in terms of team. Richarlison's return, Madison's back in the midfield. Defense is getting pretty solid. Occasional fuck up, but that's what you expect in a game like this. Yeah, defense. I don't know. Goalkeeper is something I do need. New goalkeeper. Need a new goalkeeper. Pretty badly. It says Premier Division unpredictable outcome at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace beating Chelsea 3-2. Tottenham face Fulham. Tottenham have been disappointed in the Premier League, so I find themselves plays. Tottenham have only won one of the last 5 away games. Tottenham were in 15th when Ferguson joined and will be pleased with the progress they've made since she arrived. Win for Tottenham could see them move up to 9th. Oh damn. 26th. Who are we playing? Fulham. So yeah, if we can take points off Fulham, I'll be pretty happy. Fixtures. Let's go. Oh, and we're playing on the telly. Nice. It's good to see that these link-up plays are starting to pay off. Yeah, because these wingers are actually important. Even on FIFA, I think I had Richarlison up here on my old save. Hello, camera. when, draw. Where are we? Tottenham. Nope. Fulham. Let's go, Spurs. I shouldn't have let him turn. I knew he was about to turn. It's too easy. Defender's fault because the ball went through the two of them. Looked on sides, but yeah, it looked pretty tight at the same time. Raúl Jiménez. As players, your job has been instructed to close those fucking players down. There we go. We'll take it. Offside. Had to be an offside there. Ah, fuck. What's the fucking name I called out as well? Terminate. Oh well, that'll be the end of that. I've got things to do this morning, so thank you for watching.